What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we're going to go over the meta tactics and instructions if you're going towards the rank 1 or you're going towards the elite division. I want to show you the tactics and setup as usual, tell you what's changed. There's a new patch that's coming out next week as well. So expect some changes to be adapted for then as well. And let's go straight to it. But before I get on to it, if you do actually want to test yourself, there is actually a cup running, which is the SAILUN Cup, and it is running. And if I was you, sign up to this as soon as you can. The link is down below in the description. But what it is basically is a 2,000 euro prize pool that you can win your share of. Of course, if you get far and you get through, there's 2 qualifiers and it's a PlayStation only cup. Remember that. And it's only 128 places left. So if I was you, as soon as you watch this video, sign up to this first, because it does start on the 24th and it's basically first come, first serve. So only 128 spaces to register quickly. Link is down below in the description, and that's in collaboration with Gamers Academy and one of their partners. And don't forget, it's free registration, so anyone can sign up. Just click on the link down below, and of course all information like the schedule, prize distribution, rules and everything is all there. Link is down below in the description. Don't forget, this starts on the 24th of the 2nd. Don't forget about that. But let's go back into the video. So the link is in the description for that. Now, tactics. Now listen, guys, you have to remember there's a new patch that's going to come out. We don't know the full details, or we do know roughly some of the details of what's coming out. We don't know the full extent to how people are going to play. I don't think it should have too much impact on gameplay. Again, this is a bit more of an aggressive heavy compared to the previous iterations, but we're going to go through it. In case you're wondering very quickly, if you're watching one of these tactics, I wanted to say this because it's important, because people will skip over this, but let them. It's for those that are staying. Listen, if I upload a 4-2-2 video and you find it better than a 3-5-2, just slot them in. So the usual defensive tactic that we always go with is the ultra defensive one. We have officially gone back to this as the defensive tactic, because I still do believe you need a defensive tactic. Not that much has changed. Everything else is pretty much kept the same. I've just put slow build-up play. Unfortunately, with slow build-up play and long ball, it very much depends on gameplay, but slow build-up play is generally the way to go for myself. The players in the box, we still kept on very high because the driven passes, and I know some people are crossing now. We're not going to talk too much on that, but the driven crosses, the driven passes are still very effective from the byline all the way to inside the box. And the instructions: stay central, stay forward for the striker, cam and lamb and ram on comeback and offense. You can, if you want to, put the central cam on stay forward. Both CDMs cut passing lane, stay back while attacking and cover center, and left back, right back, stay back, conservative and overlaps. The idea is this is the formation to be using when either A, you start the game, or B, if you're winning 1 or 2-0. What I would advise you is, if you're really, let's say for example, you're 2-0 ahead and you have this formation and you're really struggling still, what you can do is just pause the game manually yourself. Put, for example, this to balance. You can reduce the depth a little bit and you can reduce the width. And if you really want to, I'm not saying you should, but you can go towards drop back if you're really struggling, or even change another formation. But generally speaking, this is more than good enough to close the game out. And then we have 2 attacking formations. Now, I have my personal choice now. As I said, this is done for the meta, okay? So what you're seeing right now is the meta, what it is right now, what the pros are using. You're seeing this being used in qualifiers, and what I think works well. We've got 2 variations. We've got the typical attack in a 4-1-2-1-2, defend in a 4-4-2. That formation. We got my 3-5-2, which I think for most players who struggle with attacking is the most complete attacking formation in the game, period. And then we have the comeback tactic. So let's first start off with this one. As I mentioned, pressure no touch is what I recommend for those that are a bit better attacking wise. If you know you struggle, and you know, for example, like, hey, you know, like I struggle with losing the ball and recovering, put this to balance. You have to understand your gameplay yourself. If you're sitting here thinking you're going to use press off possession loss, but you don't know how to act, don't know how to defend, then you're going to concede. So please adapt this for your play style. Copy everything exactly how it is. In my opinion, don't change it. The things you can change is chance creation. You can use direct passing or forward runs. I still go with forward runs. And how this formation works is instructions for both the strikers are both unbalanced, okay? And then, or you can put them on stay forward, stay central, is up to you. I put them on stay forward, stay central. Now, for the 2 CDMs that are on stay back while attacking. So in this case, I want Diallo and I want Llorente to stay back while attacking. So I'm going to put these guys on stay back, okay? Now what this means is that when I have the ball, the CDM's going to stay back, and then so is Llorente, okay? So this is when we have the ball in our possession. For our left centre mid, we're going to put him on cover wing. And then we're just going to leave it like this unbalanced. And you can put whatever you want in. I put get into the box. And for the cam, you can put him on comeback and offense. And I put him on get into the box. Okay. So the idea is when you're attacking, you're going to attack in a 4-1-2-1-2, guys. Remember that, okay? But when you're defending, Neymar will go to the right-hand side as a right mid. And Morales will go to the left-hand side as a left mid. Why? It's because he's got cover wing. See that? And then that means Diallo and Llorente, because they're both on cover center, they will of course stay central. So when you're so let's say for example you're playing normally, Diallo will go there, Llorente will go there, Morales will go there, Neymar will go there. So you will defend in a 4-4-2. When you then win the ball back, you will transfer into a 4-1-2-1. This is the Michael Fisher's or the Dolomite formation for FIFA 20. It works very, very well. A lot of players are liking this. And what I have experimented is with the left back and right back. You can, if you want to, leave this on overlap and leave them on balance. Now, personally, I would not recommend this because it's a very attacking formation anyway. I'll just say leave them on stay back while attacking. You can always trigger them yourself with the D-pad tactics. This is a very good formation because it's kind of like when you don't have the ball, you're pressing off the ball. And when you do have the ball, you transfer into a 4-1-2-1-2 second variation. It creates a lot of confusion. A lot of people are using this as a hybrid. It's kind of like a 4-3-1-2, 4-1-2-1-2, and a 4-4-2 hybrid together because of how the players move. So it's a very effective formation. And that is the 4-1-2-1-2. So that is, for example, if you're struggling with this one and you can't get through and you need two strikers, you want to be narrow, but you still want to press. Because the problem is 4-1-2-1-2, it's hard to press with it. Now, let's say, for example, you can't get through a narrow, you need a wide formation. Then you go with a 3-5-2. Again, you can copy these tactics exactly as it is. You can put this either on balanced or you can put on pressure over touch. I use them both, should I say. We put it back on long ball. I generally think fast build-up play, from the feedback that I've heard as well from you guys, just saying that fast build-up play is just a bit too quick. Especially people that get pressed. I know some of you guys are struggling with the pressure. There's so many people coming close towards you, so you feel like you're getting pressured. And fast build-up play doesn't help alleviate that. It just makes players run even quicker going forward. So you don't want that. And the reason why this is the most complete formation will always be in the meta setup. I don't care if anyone else doesn't put it there. It will, for you guys, will always be there. Because if you're struggling to attack with any formation, the 3-5-2 is the best formation to attack with. If you can't attack with a 3-5-2, then it's your fault for being frustrated and rushing your gameplay. The reason why this is very important you listen to this. This is like a 4-4-2, but with an extra cam. Everyone says 4-4-2, the weakness is the cam. Everyone says the 4-1-2-1-2, the weakness is there's no left mid or right mid. It's a 4-1-2-1-2 with left mid or right mid. Everyone says with the 4-2-3-1, it's one of the best formations in the game, but it only has one striker. This has two strikers. So this is basically the 4-1-2-1-2, 4-4-2, and the 4-2-3-1 together with the extra player, the extra striker, the extra cam, every single player you want together. So although defensively you might have three players at the back, you're still going to be very well when you're attacking it. This is basically all the formations. Like if you look at every single variation, every formation, the 4-3-3, it's basically the same thing, but 3-5-2's got two strikers. You can pick any formations of these, right? The 3-4-2-1 is basically a similar thing, except for you have two strikers as opposed to one striker. It basically encompasses all the formations and it has two CDMs. The best thing for defense stability. So yes, you only have a back three, but the two CDMs, as long as you don't run out with your CDMs, I promise you, if you just run back with your CDMs, you'll recover just as well as four at the back. The only weakness would be the wing area. So when you're defending, what would happen is this formation would defend like this, you would defend like this, and one of your strikers could come here, or you put them on stay forward. You would defend in a 5-2-1-2 or a 5-3-1-1. It's up to you the way you want to do it. When you're attacking, you're a 3-5-2. So let's go from the back first. Left back, right back, everyone on step back while attacking. Both CDMs cut passing lane, step back while attacking, cover center. The most attacking center mid, you can leave them on balance or you can leave them on get forward. This will make the formation even more attacking. Make sure they're both on cover center. Left mid, right mid, both of them have to be on comeback and defense, in my opinion. Get into the box for a cross and get in behind. The idea is when you defend, they're going to come back as left backs, right backs in the back five. When you go forward, they're going to be as left mids and right mids, and they're going to be getting inside the box when a crossing situation comes in. Now, for the cam, we've got him on stay forward. I leave him on balance. You can put him get into the box if you want to. And both strikers, I got them on stay forward and stay central. Now, if you want to defend, so this right now, this is defending in a 5-2-1-2. If you want this to defend in a 5-3-1-2, 3-1-1, then you put one of these strikers, not the cam, you put one of these strikers on comeback and offense, and that makes it more defensive because that is pretty much an attacking formation. Anyway, so I don't really like the fact. I just prefer to have all the 3 players on stay forward so I can get the ball to them quickly and do a 1-2 against them against 2 centre backs. That's the way that I have it, okay? So that's the formation. If you can't get through with a narrow passage, you go to the wider passage. Then, if you still can't get through, and let's say, for example, you're losing 2-0 and it's do or die, then you go to the 4-2-4. The reason why we've got constant pressure from the first minute when you change this formation is because this formation defends in a 4-4-2 anyway. So you could think of this formation as kind of like you're defending in a 4-4-2 anyway. So why a separate 4-4-2? This is just a comeback formation. This is, you know what, gung-ho, constant pressure, full out attack. You need to get the ball back. Your opponent's pinging it from left to right, wasting time. Then you change to this. You apply full pressure. You're high up the pitch, wide up the pitch to cover as much area as you can. And you're trying to get the ball back so your opponent can't waste time. Long ball, forward run, 60 width, 7 players in the box. Now, comeback and offense for both left wing and right wing, should I say? Left wing and right wing, apologies. Don't forget, the 4-2-4 is basically a 4-4-2, just a bit more attacking. When you put them on comeback and defense, they will still defend in a 4-4-2, so don't worry about that. Both strikers on stay forward, stay central for both of them. You can get in behind if you want to, but I personally don't do it because we've got forward runs anyway. And then for both the centre mids, now I have both of them on get forward. You can leave one of them on stay right while attacking, but what I find is when you win the ball back, you kind of want your centre mids to join the attack so you can get those goals. Win the ball back is one thing, but if you haven't got support inside the box, it's another thing. So the idea is you want to win the ball back high up the pitch, have these 2 centre mids coming from nowhere, counteracting your opponent because your opponent's going to be defending, let's say 4-2-3 on whatever he's got. He's got 4 defenders. You got a 4v4 then, you got 2 players coming into middle, creates so much confusion, and you're pretty much good to go. The left back and the right back, I got them on stay back, conservative overlap. You can always push them forward with the D-pad tactics as usual. So that is basically the formation. So you got one formation to close the game out, one as a narrow attacking if you can't get through the 4-2-3-1, one with a wide variation with all the formations kind of encompassed together. If you still can't get through the narrow, but you want to play wider, and then you have just a pressing formation. So you've got the ultra defensive, you've got the attacking or attacking number 2, and then you've got the ultra attacking, the one where you need to use it to do or die. Now, don't forget, for my balance tactic, I've got nothing on it. My balance tactic is just everyone on comeback and offense. Now, why? It's because when you change the formation inside the game, it takes about a couple of minutes, something like 10 minutes inside the game before the formation changes. At that time, if your opponent kicks off first and you change formation, it could take a long time. So what I do is I put one of the centre mids and drop between defenders. This is my anti-kickoff formation. So if my opponent kicks off first, I'm not actually using balance. When a game starts, basically, I start on this balance, right? And I have this anti-kickoff formation. So I've got this guy on drop between defenders. That way, if I kick off first and I lose the ball, I don't get kick-off. So I've got 5 at the back. If my opponent kicks off first, if he tries to get me, I don't get kick-off either because everyone's on comeback and defense. You see what I'm saying? And what happens is when a game starts on the first minute, I change to any of these tactics, okay? So I only use the 4-5-1 because I need to use it for, like, Morelos gets 10 like that. Martial gets 10. That's the reason why I have to do it. Tekatito and Manafa get chemistry there. That's the reason why I use that. Then what I do inside the game is then I change to one of these formations. So I normally go to the 4-2-3-1. So I don't actually use this formation. It's just an anti-kickoff tactic or formation. But anyway, guys, that is the tactics and layout, the meta tactics. Don't forget, if you've seen any of my recent videos like the 4-4-2, you can slot in the 4-4-2 if you don't like the 4-1-2-1-2. Don't like the 3-5-2, and there's 2 slots in the middle. Feel free to slot your 4-5-1s, my 4-5-1, my 5-2-1-2. Feel free to slot it into those slots. But anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Of course, I'll catch you next time. Peace out, guys.